Hello, BookTube. I watched a video earlier today on the Poptimus channel. I'll leave a link down below about a work-in-progress database being constructed by Immaterial Digression about BookTube and BookTubers. Organized at least provisionally according to subscriber count, but with a whole bunch of other fascinating vectors that you can look at in terms of channel growth, subscriber count growth, frequency of posting, where apparently my own name comes up. I haven't looked at the thing yet. But I thought it was interesting, and it got me thinking about surveys of my own that I would like to ask all of you. Because there are things that I don't know that I would like to know. And watching that video made me realize that I could just come right on and ask them. And the thing that I want to concentrate on today, in a Q&A directed at you instead of at me, is new books. Those of you who've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know we deal quite a bit on this channel in new books. By new book, let's agree on a definition of a book that is in its first month of publication. I get a lot of them. The bulk of my reading is new books. And when I watched that video, it made me wonder. I want to ask you to tell me about your relationship with new books. Just across the board. Do you read them? Do you read new releases? And if so, what is the way that you do that? Do you read, if out of 100%, what percentage of your reading is new releases, books that are in their first month of publication? And if there are any books on that list, or if there are a lot of books on that list, how do you get them? How do you get them? How do you come across them? Do you buy them, God forbid, at full price? Do you utilize the new release section of your library? And how do you learn about them? How do you know what's coming? How do you know what's new, what's brand new? Is that also a function of just browsing in your bookstore? I'd love to know your relationship to the world, the book world that I mostly inhabit. I am almost entirely a creature of the new release lists, read books well ahead of time, and also participate in their critical response, in their critical reception. I review a lot of books, lots and lots of new books, and that it's wonderful, it's thrilling, don't get me wrong, but it can put blinkers on me, because I watch BookTube videos and I'm reminded that there are plenty of readers out there who haven't read a new release in forever and don't care to. So I'd like to know where you all fall on that spectrum. Whether or not you read new releases, how you learn what new releases are out, how they come into your possession to read, either, do you do NetGalley? Do you do just over-the-counter retail? Do you haunt the new release section of your library? And if it's the library, is your library good at new releases? The two libraries that I belong to here in Boston, for instance, are terrible at new releases. If I only had to go with them, I wouldn't even read anything that wasn't at least 7 months old. But I know from watching BookTube videos that a lot of your libraries are much better, and I'm curious about that. Just the whole spectrum of it. So, and it's not just in the context of this channel, although, as long as we're on the subject, I would love to know I want to know what your relation is to new releases, but I also want to know what is your relation to the new releases that you see on this channel, specifically. Like, for instance, have you ever been prompted to reserve at the library, order at the library, or even buy a new release because you saw it on this channel? And obviously, the stuff that you see here has got to interest you, because I never cease getting calls from mail halls, which originally confused me. 2 years ago, I thought, well, you can open some of your mail just to chat about it, but it's going to be a limited thing, because who's going to be interested in these things? Especially who's going to be interested in the book that doesn't come out for 4 months. But that hasn't proven true. So in addition to all of your personal interactions with new releases, if any, I would love to know also what your reactions are to the new releases you see on this channel. What are you thinking when we open mail together? I've heard, for instance, from quite a few of you that I don't know quite how to think about this. I've heard from quite a few of you that when we do a big mail haul, or when we do a monthly wrap up or a TBR BY, you will have your Amazon wish list open in a separate screen, just because you know you're going to see things that you want to note and maybe follow up on. For those of you who that's true of, I would love to know, what is the follow up? Do you follow up on these things? Which of these books end up in your own libraries? Just out of curiosity, when I worked in retail bookselling at my information desk, I could simply browbeat customers with these questions. They would come in and say, I'm in a real hurry, I need you to help me find this book. And I'd say, yeah, first, I've got questions for you, and there was nothing they could do about it. I couldn't be fired. But I don't have that anymore, so I'm asking politely. So let me know in the comments this Q&A towards you. What is your relationship with new releases? I would love to know that, and I've never explicitly asked all of you at once before. So that's my question for today. And I'm going to wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.